If Germany suddenly said to Britain, "You're welcome to trade with the EU, but only if we can take over Lincolnshire and start growing German cabbages there'd rightly be a few raised eyebrows, even, one suspects, among die-hard pro-EU types. This nation is our sovereign land, and anyone fancying their chances of any sort of invasion will, as history has shown, quickly discover the meaning of British resolve." Yet this is precisely what the EU is demanding from our territorial waters. They are demanding, not asking, or requesting, note, but demanding, the right to pile into British sovereign territory with their industrial fishing fleet of factory ships and vacuum up our fish stocks. As if territorial waters are somehow different to territorial lands. Note to Brussels, they're not. Quite rightly this morning Michael Gove told the demands made by Brussels chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier as a prerequisite to Brexit trade negotiations are nothing short of surreal. They indicate, yet again, that Brussels is still a rabbit caught in the headlights of Brexit and unable to comprehend, let alone accept, that Britain has left the building. Consider this. The EU famously took 7 years to hammer out a trade deal with Canada, and it's a deal both Boris Johnson, and depending what day it is, Michel Barnier are keen to duplicate. And this is wise. The CETA deal removed 98% of taxes seen as hindrance to trade and led to massive savings for exporters and a boost to employment, manufacturing and productivity on both sides. So well done everybody, so far so good, but nowhere in those 1634 pages does Brussels demand the right for its member states to send fleets of factory ships into Canada's territorial waters. So why are they demanding it from Britain? Just FYI, in 2005 the no-nonsense Canadians turned 50-caliber machine guns on a giant Spanish vessel they considered had overstepped the mark off Canada's Grand Banks, and this might have put the fear of God into the Brussels pen pushers, but we'll never know. And, south of the Canadian border, it seems nowhere in trade dealings with the USA has the EU demanded the right to fish trendy culinary favorite monkeyface pricklebacks from America's territorial waters. So why are they demanding? Because they think they can get away with it, of course. They believe they are still calling the shots. Think Boris will cave and give away fishing rights as a trade-off for access to EU markets, as if they were still dealing with a naughty member state. But all the signs suggest the reverse. Addressing Parliament today, Michael Gove again repeated Boris' promise the government would not link access to British waters for access to EU markets. He said, at the end of the transition period on 31 December, the United Kingdom will fully recover its economic and political independence. We want the best possible trading relationship with the EU, but in pursuit of a deal we will not trade away our sovereignty. And last week David Frost, the Prime Minister's chief Brexit negotiator, was adamant none of "in a beautiful, and very British, speech full of understated clout and plain old common sense." He said, "We bring to the negotiations not some clever tactical positioning but the fundamentals of what it means to be an independent country. It is central to our vision that we must have the ability to set laws that suit us, to claim the right that every other non-EU country in the world has." He's right, dry land or high seas, Britain's territory is Britain's territory. It's non-negotiable, and Mr Barnier really needs to get his head around this, or the next 10 months of Brexit trade negotiations up to the December 31 deadline will be accompanied by the sound of diplomatin heads being banged against diplomatic